Okay, itong klase na 'to, Physics 173 ay, a little bit different pagdating sa ibang mga klase ninyo sa ano, sa physics, okay? Bakit siya iba? Kasi it talks more about or ang discussion dito is more about, analysis ng circuits, and then, later on, pag-aaralan natin yung, tawag dito, semiconductors, yung concept ng semiconductors, ano yung physics ng semiconductors. And aaralin natin yun kasi yung idea about semiconductors or yung concept ng semiconductors is a concept that we will use to discuss yung uh, electronic devices such as transistors and operational amplifiers, and towards the end yung mga digital circuits. Okay? So parang imagine niyo na yung part ng 102 na kung saan nag-aaral kayo ng resistors, capacitors, inductors, yung circuits na yun, i-extend natin yung discussion na yun, and gagawin natin deeper yung discussions. Yun basically yung Physics 173. Ang tawag dito, yun. So, this is a 1.5 hour class. Hindi na tayo magbe-break. Tuloy-tuloy tayo mag-lesson. But if you want to take a break at any time, okay, just, syempre, pag online, pwede nyo naman gawin yun, di ba? Pero pag face-to-face, di ba? Well, tignan natin kung paano. The meeting will always be recorded, regardless kung online or face-to-face. Okay, tapos i-upload ko yung meeting notes at saka yung video, at malalaman nyo mamaya kung saan nyo ma-access yung videos at saka yung notes. Okay, you're welcome to ask questions anytime. Okay, dito sa online, just type your questions sa chat box. Excuse me. Or just turn on your mic. Pero habang nagtuturo ako, so naka-focus ako sa iPad, hindi ko makikita yung mga tina-type in yung questions. So unless na lumingon ako, dun ko lang siya makikita. So if there's something na urgent, like for example, nawala yung audio ko or nawala yung screen, okay, better to turn on your mic and let me know than to type it sa chat box. Yun yung mas mabilis mas mabilis ko malalaman. I hope you check yung class record, check yung information, yung name yun nandoon, and you type in your student number. Tapos, I hope na nakita nila yung access or nakakuha na rin kayo ng access dun sa Google Calendar. It's actually my Google Calendar. Okay, and binibigyan ko kayo ng access doon para makita niyo kung ano yung free times ko. Para malaman niyo kung kailan kayo pwede magpa-consult just in case you need the time. Okay? Any questions in relation dun sa syllabus? I assume na nabasa niyo na yung syllabus. May questions regarding sa syllabus, tawag dito, sa requirements, sa grade, tawag dito, distribution. Okay, walang questions, references. Okay, I hope na-access niyo lahat yung information na yun. Okay. Sige, kung wala nang tanong, then we can start. Okay, ang main reference na ginagamit natin dito ay, wait lang, let me check. Yung author. Si Buchla and Floyd. Electronics Fundamental Circuit Devices. Okay, so Electronic Fundamental Circuit Devices and Applications. Okay. 8th edition ni Floyd at saka ni Buchla. Okay, right now yung topic natin, magsisimula tayo sa voltage dividers. So if you're using the reference now, okay, you can go to you can start with page 139 dun sa book. Okay. For today, we're going to do circuit analysis use of DC circuits. Okay. So again, at any point, pag meron kayong tanong, just let me know or just type it sa chat box or turn on your mic. So this is DC circuit analysis. And we're going to start with the circuit called a voltage divider. Okay, ano ang voltage divider? Okay, voltage divider circuit, okay, is one of the most commonly used circuit sa electronics. It's very fundamental. Okay, and we're going to use actually itong voltage divider circuit na ito sa lahat or in most of the circuits na pag-aaralan natin later. So sa transistors, how to power up transistors, sa operational amplifiers later, and even sa digital circuits. Pag-aaralan din natin o gagamitin din natin yung concept ng voltage divider. Okay, it may not be that obvious at first, pero eventually makikita nyo na lahat ng mga circuits tawag dito actually use this voltage divider circuit. Ano bang itsura ng voltage divider circuit? So ganito siya. We'll start with of course, yung DC source. Okay, then you have yung most basic is you have two resistors. Okay, so this is the input voltage. Okay, and this is resistor 1 tsaka resistor 2. So, and this is ground. Okay, okay. Now, we take the output from this terminal here. Okay, tawagin natin siyang point A. Okay, it's between R1 and R2. Okay, now how do we determine yung output voltage dito? Okay, so ang gagawin natin ay, basically, ang gusto nating malaman dito is yung voltage across resistor R2. Diba? So, how do we do that? First, we need to determine yung current. Okay. Ano ang current? Ano yung total current dito sa circuit nito? It's the input voltage divided by yung sum ng resistors. Okay? Then, once we know yung total current, okay, so ito yung total current, diba? Once we know yung total current, we can now determine kung ano yung VR2. Because what we need is yung total current times yung resistance na R2. Okay? Yung total current is given by R1, 1 over, or sige, R2. Okay, yan yung R2 na ito. And then R1 plus R2 times V in. Okay, so ito yung total current. Okay. Okay, so yung voltage across R2 ngayon is R2 over yung total resistance times yung input na voltage. Okay, and that's also what the output voltage is across the tawag dito at across R2. Okay, so this is now pwede nyo makita kung bakit siya tinawag na voltage divider na circuit kasi the output voltage is taken from yung voltage across R2. So we don't want the input voltage, yung buong input voltage, but instead, ang gusto na natin makuha is yung part of that input voltage. So we can control yung amount of voltage na ipoprovide natin sa isang circuit, okay, by using this voltage divider circuit. Okay, let's say for example, okay, tawag dito, sige, ang simplest, siguro ang simplest example lang ano, ng voltage, paggamit ng voltage divider circuit is this. So yung adapter na ginagamit niyo sa ano sa cellphone ninyo, yung charger na ginagamit niyo sa cellphone ninyo. Okay, when you charge your cell phone, it requires about 9 volts or 12 volts of voltage. Okay. Pero sinasaksak niyo yung charger ninyo dun sa outlet. Okay, na ang outlet na yan is 220 volts. Okay? Paano nangyari yon na 220 volts yung pinagsasaksakan nyo, pero yung output na ipoprovide lang dun sa cellphone ninyo is about 9 volts or 12 volts? Simple answer is you use a voltage divider circuit. Okay? It's a simple answer kasi actually yung outlet is an AC circuit. So ang first step actually is to convert yung AC to DC. Okay? And once you convert the AC to DC AC current, AC signal to a DC signal, that DC signal is then divided. Okay? Para makuha nyo na output is 9 volts or 12 volts. So you don't really use yung buong 220 volts, but you divide it in such a way na you only take the voltage that you use, okay, or that you want for your circuit. So kaya siya tinawag na voltage divider circuit. We can also solve for yung voltage across R1 here, okay, by simply taking the product of the total current and yung resistance na R2. Okay? So similarly, ang makukuha natin is R1 over R1 plus R2 times V in or R1 over RT times V in. Okay, and of course, dapat yung input voltage ay equal sa VR1 plus VR2. And if we add those together, so R1 over, so R1 over R1 plus R2, okay, times V in, okay, plus R2 over R1 plus R2 times V in. Okay. And if we factor out V in, we have R1 plus R2 over R1 plus R2, okay, times V in. Okay, and syempre, magka-cancel yan. Okay, and what we are left with is yung V in. Okay? So nakita natin na consistent. Okay? And dito mas obvious kung bakit siya tinawag na voltage divider. Kasi we divided the voltage into two parts. Yung first part ay ito at yung second part ay yan. So voltage across R2 and then yung voltage across R1. Okay? Okay. Any questions? Dali lang, di ba? So, hindi naman tayo limited sa sa dalawang resistors. Okay, we can use as many resistors as needed. Okay, so in general, we can use this type of circuit. Oops. Okay, so pwedeng apat na resistors or ang gawin natin ganito. Burahin ko lang itong section na ito. And then, lalagyan ko ng dots dyan to indicate na it could be many tawag dito, resistors. Of course, dito yung graph. Okay, so R1, R2, R3, and then Rn. Okay, so if this is V in, then this is voltage across R1, voltage across R2, voltage across R3, voltage across R4. I think it's easier to write V1, V2, V3, and V4, right? So Vn. Okay, and here, okay, from the voltage divider equation, okay, madali natin makukuha yung result. So R1 over yung total voltage times V in, R2 over yung total voltage times V in, R3 over yung total voltage times V in, and Rn over yung total voltage times V. Okay, so in general, for a circuit, for this particular circuit, okay, the output voltage is just equal to the tawag dito, resistance kung saan mo tinitake yung output voltage, okay, divided by the total voltage times V in. Okay. Okay, so medyo straightforward naman yan, hopefully. Okay, so let's do a simple exercise. So let's say we have 3 resistors. R1, R2, and R3. R1, R2, R3. And then V. Okay, dito, ang V in natin is 10 volts. R1 is 100 ohms. R2 is 220 ohms. And R3 is 680 ohms. Okay. So, ano yung voltage across each of the resistors? So, using yung voltage divider na equation, we have a V1 is equal to R1 over yung total voltage times V in. Okay. So, this is 100 ohms divided by, so 100 plus 220 plus 680, okay, times 10 volts. So V1 is equal to, so 680 plus 220, that's 900, so 1K. So this is 0.1 volts. Okay. So V2 is equal to 220 ohms divided by 1 kilo ohm times 10 volts. This is equal to 0.220 volts. Sorry. 1 volt pala. 1.0 volts. At ito ay 2.2 volts. And V3 ay equal sa 680 ohms divided by 1 kilo ohm times 10 volts equal ngayon po sa 6.8 volts. Okay. Any questions? Let's do another problem. Let's consider this circuit. So tatlong ano pa din, resistors. Okay. This is V in R1, R2, R3. So V in
Sir Ian. I'm sorry.
yeah, sure.
Apologies po, sir. Tanong ko lang po, for reference, ano pong book or reference niyo for this one? Tapos may specific chapter po ba? At saka example
Uh,
number?
yes, actually. Electronic Fundamental Circuit and Devices. Okay, teka. Para alam niyo kung ano.
Thank you, sir.
Sure. Yan. So, yan yung itsura ng book. Okay, and nandito ako ngayon sa page 142. Example 18.
Sige, sir, noted. Thank you po so much.
Okay, no problem. Okay. Okay. So, B 25 volts. Okay, so this is 25 volts. And then R1 is 1.0 kilo ohms. R2 is 8.2 kilo ohms. And R3 is 3.3 kilo ohms. Okay. Now, dito ang tinatanong ay letter A. Ano yung voltage between A and B? So A to B. B, ano yung voltage between A and C? Sorry, kailangan ko lagyan ng oops. So A, B, C, D. B is A to C. And then C is B to C. D is B to D. And then E is C to D. Okay, so for letter A, na A to B, so it's between these two terminals. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, so that's essentially yung voltage across R1. So V1. Okay, so that's R1, okay, divided by yung total na voltage times yung input na voltage. Okay, yung R1 is 1 kilo ohm divided by 1 kilo ohm plus 8.2 kilo ohms plus 3.3 kilo ohms. Okay, times 25 volts. Okay, so this is equal to 1 kilo ohm divided by 12.5 kilo ohms times 25 volts. So V1 ngayon is equal to 2 volts. Okay, can do this mathematically naman without a calculator kasi 25 divided by 12.5 is 2 times, di ba, times 2. 2 times 1 kilo ohms, that's this is 1 ampere, di ba? Kasi 25 volts divided by 12.5 kilo ohms is, 2 amperes. So 2 amperes times 1 kilo ohm is 2 volts. Okay, letter B, A to C. So between A and C. So between this one at saka this one. So ang nasa numerator ngayon ay yung sum ng R1 tsaka ng R2. Okay. So V1, okay, VR1, R2. Okay, so this is R1 plus R2 over yung total voltage times Vin. Ang R1 is 1 kilo ohm plus 8.2 kilo ohms divided by 12.5 kilo ohms times 25 volts. Okay, so again, this is 2 amperes. Okay, and yung numerator is 9.2 kilo ohms. So that's 9 times 2 is 18.4. Okay, so this is 18.4 kilo ohms. So VR1, R2, it's 18.4 volts. Okay, B to C. So B to C is here. Ito yung B to C. So it's a voltage across R2. Or V2. So that's R2 over RT times yung input voltage. Ang R2 is 8.2 kilo ohms divided by 12.5 kilo ohms times 25 volts. And this is 16.4 volts. And then letter D is B to D. So B to D, that's ang included dyan yung R1, R2, tsaka R3. So B to D, included dyan is R2, tsaka R3. So this is R2 plus R3 over T. And this is 1 kilo ohm plus 3.3 kilo ohm divided by 12.5 kilo ohms times 25 volts. Or 4.3 times 2, so 8.6 volts. And finally, yung letter E, okay, I, C to D. So C to D is just R3. Or V3. So R3 over RT times V in is equal to 3.3 volts kilo ohm divided by 12.5 kilo ohms times 25 volts equal to 6.6 volts. Okay. Any questions?
Sir,
Yep.
hindi, hindi yung sa D, sir, um, yung R2, sir, 1 yung nakalagay imbes na
Ay,
8.2 kilo
tama, tama.
ohm, sir.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Alam ko naman yun, tinitignan ko lang kung nakikinig pa rin kayo. Okay, good. Buti at nakikinig kayo. So 23 volts. Okay. Hindi pa kayo nagklase ng lab, no? Tama. I mean, yung Physics 173 ng lab. Hindi pa kayo nag-meet, ano?
Wala pa po, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, sige, tignan natin. Gahanap ako ng exercise sa ano. Sa book. Mm, okay, so ito, medyo ano lang, intuitive. If you're okay. So, yeah,
Meron po akong minor question.
sure.
Yung dun po sa pag-draw ng circuit po, part po ba yan ng gagawin namin or kahit yung calculations lang po?
Pag-draw ng circuit,
Po, yung pag-draw po ng circuit.
well,
Like part po ba yun ng solution namin or hindi naman po kailangan?
well, typically binibigay naman yung circuit like dun sa mga exercises na makikita nyo at the end of the book chapter. Okay, but of course, meron ding mga times na i-require kayo na i-draw mag-draw ng circuit. Okay, but for the voltage divider, I mean, straightforward naman na yung di ba? Yung circuit.
Po, kasi po meron pong parang doon po sa book naglalagay po ng parang ground na connection po. 7 minutes po parang wala pong ground connection dito. So necessary po ba yun or parang addition lang po yun sa specific circuit na yun?
Hindi.
Yung paglagay po ng parang ground.
Well, tawag dito, I mean, it's not strictly necessary kasi obvious naman ako ano yung ground, di ba? So, ito yung reference mo naman. Okay. Na ground and in other textbooks ngayon hindi sila naglalagay ng ground kasi it's taken for granted na itong point na yan yung ground terminal mo. Okay.
Okay po, sir. Thank you po.
Sure. Okay, which is actually good question kasi parang may nakita ko exercise na na sinasagot na yan mismo yung yung tanong about yung grounding. Okay, let me see if I can just find it. Okay, baka nasa ibang chapter. Ito. Okay, sige. So let's consider itong example na ito. Okay, so voltage source. Then you have your resistor. Okay, then ito ay 100 volts. Ito ay 1 kilo ohm. Tapos 1 kilo ohm. And then 1 kilo ohm. And then ground. Yung isa na to ay 1 kilo ohm. Okay. So ang question dito is determine the voltages at each of the indicated points in each of the circuits. Okay, with respect to with respect to ground. Okay? So, tawagin natin itong R1, R2, R3, tsaka R4. Though, pare-pareho lang naman sila, di ba? Kasi pare-pareho silang, tawag dito, pare-pareho silang 1 kilo ohm. Okay? Okay. So, ang tawag dito, ang voltage divider equation natin, okay? So, V out is equal to V times kung ano man yung, R times kung ano man yung resistor na pinagkukuha natin ng output divided by yung total resistance times V in. Okay. Kung i-analyze yung mabuti yung circuit, okay lang to? Okay lang yan? Okay lang yan. Diba? Ito yung concern dito. Okay. So, bakit siya concern? Kasi yung R4 na yan is between yung ground terminal, okay, or yung negative terminal ng DC voltage and yung assigned na ground terminal, okay, nung circuit. Okay? So, isusulat-sulat ko yun kasi tawag dito. Alam ko naninibago kayo sa mga terminology. So, negative terminal of the DC source. In this case, it's not necessarily yung ground kasi yung ground, okay, yung circuit ground is defined here at this point. Okay, so ang question is, tawag dito, first of all, ano muna yung RT? And then ang next question is, ano yung voltage across R4? Okay. Meron bang gusto mag-try na sumagot? Kung meron gusto mag-guess. Sige, pag-isipan nyo kung paano siya. Okay, first question. Ano yung total na resistance? Okay, to answer that question, consider nyo lang naman yung current. Diba? Current na dumadaan sa circuit. So this is I total. Ganito naman natin dinerive yung diba? Yung voltage divider na equation. So, dumadaan ba yung current sa lahat ng circuit? Sa lahat ng circuit elements o sa lahat ng resistors? Yes or no? Yun lang ang sagot dyan. Yun lang ang isasagot ninyo. Yes or no? Dumadaan ba yung current? Walang gusto mag-try na sumagot?
Yes po.
Yeah? Okay, bakit sa tingin niyo, bakit siya dumadaan sa lahat ng circuit elements?
Nakaselop po ba, sir?
Exactly. Okay. Kasi naka-loop siya. Included lahat dun sa loop. Okay. Imagine niyo kung halimbawang answer ninyo is R4, walang dumadaan na current sa R4. Okay. It doesn't make sense kasi kung walang dumadaan na current sa R4, then ibig sabihin, broken yung R4, di ba? Dahil hindi siya nag-aalaw ng current na dumaan. Okay, so yung total na resistance ngayon, since each of the resistors ay nagko-contribute dun sa current, okay, is R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus R4, which is 4 kilo ohms. Okay, which means na yung output voltage across each of the resistors, okay, ay 1 kilo ohm divided by 4 kilo ohms times 100 volts, okay, or 25 volts. Okay, now the only question is, okay, how do we resolve ito, yung R4 na yan? Considering na yung circuit ground ay hindi the same as yung R4 is between the negative terminal of the DC source at saka yung circuit ground. Okay? So, if you recall, okay, sa inyong sa inyong Physics 102, diba? Itong voltage nito nagpo-provide siya ng ito yung positive tsaka negative, diba? So, nagpo-provide siya ng energy. Okay? Now, pagdating dito sa resistor, tatanggalin niya yung energy na yun. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, opposite yung opposite yung sign niya with respect dun sa source. Okay? Opposite din yung sign kasi itong resistor na ito, nakikita niya na yung ground ay nandito. Okay, so for R1, this point here has higher potential compared to this point. Okay? For R2, ganun din. Ang tingin ng R2, ito yung source at nandun yung ground. So this has higher potential kumpara dito sa terminal na ito. And for R3, ganun din yung nakikita niya. Okay? So plus ito and then minus. Okay? Kasi tingin niya galing dito yung source and then ito naman ay nasa ground. Okay, what about for E? For E, sorry, for R4. Keep in mind na ito yung nagpo-provide ng energy. Yan ang nagpo-provide ng energy. Okay, so anong magiging contribution ng R4? Ang tanong naman dyan, ano yung mas mataas yung potential? Yung circuit ground or yung negative terminal ng DC source? Any guesses? Yes, higher potential pa rin yung circuit ground kasi dito sa source na ito galing yung energy. Okay? So good. So this is still plus and this is still minus. Okay. So now, ang hindi ko ginawa actually is nag-assign ako ng points. So A, B, point B, point C, point D, and point E. Okay. So, ang VAB ngayon, which is yung voltage across R1, okay, is 25 volts. Tama? Ang VBC, okay, equals to VR2 is 25 volts. And then yun yung BC ito. Ito, B, and then yung point C. And then VCD, okay, which is ito. Ito yung point C, ito yung point D, ay VR3, which is 25 volts. Okay, now, again, question is VDE, okay, ay equal sa VR4, pero ano yung kanyang value? Okay, remember, tawag dito, ito yung point D. Actually, yan din yung point D. Okay, kasi wala namang resistor between them, di ba? So this is actually point D, yung ground. Okay, so what I'm asking is ano yung VDE? So here, ang VDE, kasi remember, pag sinusulat natin to, no, pag AB, ibig sabihin, A with respect to B. Okay, so B yung ginagamit mong reference. Okay? Ganon din dito. Ito, B with respect to C. So C yung ginagamit mong reference. Okay? And then, ganon din dyan. And dito, pag tinanong ko kung ano yung VDE, so I'm asking about D with respect to E. So sabi nyo kanina, mas mataas yung potential at point D kumpara sa point E. Okay. So if that's the case, then ang sagot dito is 25 volts. But if I ask kung ano yung VED, okay, so in this case, this is D with respect to E. Okay. So E with respect to D, sinulat ko. E with respect to D, okay, so E with respect to yung ground terminal, okay, then that is equal to negative 25 volts. Okay? Nagme-make sense ba yan? Higher potential yung circuit ground. Yes, higher potential yung circuit ground. Naintindihan niyo ba kung bakit? Do you want me to explain it further? So positive ang side ng source sa circuit. Yes? Oo. Kasi dito natin define, di ba? Yan yung positive tsaka negative terminal. So anything na nearer dun sa positive terminal is a higher potential. So, halimbawa itong point na ito, point C, with respect to point D, okay, mas malapit yung point C dito. Okay. So, mas mataas yung potential, okay, nung C with respect to D. Okay. Kailangan yung mapapansin niyo na when talking about voltages, kailangan niyo parati ng reference. So it doesn't make sense na sabihin lang natin na okay, point C, mas mataas ang potential sa point C. Pero with respect to what? Okay? Yun yung kailangan yung i-consider parate. And yun naman din ang tinuro sa sa Physics 102, di ba? Potential energy, electric potential energy, it's always with respect to a reference. You never discuss potential without a reference point. Okay? So ganun din dito. And siguro nga in circuits we just take for granted na kung nasan yung ground, and we take for granted na yung ground is the same as the negative terminal of the DC source. Pero in this particular example, naglagay nga tayo ng R4 between circuit ground and the negative terminal. Okay, but always keep in mind na when you discuss potential, it's always with a reference, with respect to a reference point, para mas maintindihan yung kung ano yung mas mataas na potential. I mean, the point that I'm asking the reason that I'm asking kung alin yung mas mataas na potential means that we're referring to tawag dito, mas mataas siya, we're comparing, di ba? So it's comparative. Okay? Comparing with the reference position. Okay? Dami ko atang sinabi, baka mas lalo kayo nalito. Pero more or less clear ba? Okay. Sige. So walang questions? Okay, so one of the applications ng voltage divider, okay? Oh, wait. Okay, one of the simplest application, okay? Or one of the simplest device na gumagamit ng voltage divider na circuit is called a potentiometer. Okay. Okay, wait lang. Yun. Okay. So this is yang nakikita nyo dyan, that's a potentiometer. Siguro maganda rin mag-provide tayo ng image ng potentiometer. Teka. Okay, and gagamitin nyo rin to sa makikita nyo yan sa laboratory. Yan. So ito yung itsura ng potentiometer. Okay, so ganyan ito. Pwede ba ako magsulat dito? Yan. Okay, yan yung basic na potentiometer. Okay, so ang itsura niya is meron siyang tatlong terminals. Okay, okay, so this is one type of potentiometer. So ang ground dito ay nandoon sa rightmost. Yung output ay nasa gitna at yung input, VCC, it's the input voltage, ay nandoon sa left. In some potentiometers, Yung ground, yung reference yung gitna. Okay, and then plus minus yung plus minus output yung yung left and right. Ibig ko sabihin negative tsaka positive na output yung left and right. Okay? But ganito yung itsura nung potentiometer. And how does it work? Okay, so ganito siya nag-work. So ito yung mga terminals and then may resistive elements siya. Okay? Ang resistive element niya ay Dali. Kuha tayo ng better na ito. Na representation. Nasaan na yun? Okay, ito. Yung image niya. Okay. So pag tinurn niyo yung knob, merong lever, okay, na tawag dito, na magmo-move. Okay. So yung itim na yan yung buong resistor ninyo. Pero yung lever, okay, will only, dali nga. Okay. And insert na lang natin yun dito. Tapos, least dito makakapagsulat ako. Okay? So, ito yung tatlong terminals. Yan. Yan. 1, 2, 3. Yan yung tatlong terminals. Okay? Now, andito yung ground. So, ito yung output. Di ba sabi is ground and then yung output and then yung V input. Okay, yung VCC. Nakita niyo dun sa kanina. Okay, so ang idea dito is that between the ground and the V input, okay, pag nagpadaan ka ng current, okay, the current passes through the whole resistive na strip. Okay? Yan yung resistive na strip, itong itim. Okay? However, pag tawag dito, pag dito kayo nag-take ng output, okay, sa 2, okay, yung current ninyo ay dadaan lang from output to kung nasaan man yung lever, okay, and then goes to ground. Okay? So yung resistance na involved dito is this part of the strip only. Yan lang. Yan lang yung part ng strip na merong resistance. Kasi doon lang dumadaan yung di ba? Doon lang dumadaan yung current. Okay? So, if you take a look at yung ating voltage, simple na voltage divider na circuit, actually, ba't ako magdodrawing? Kasi nandito nga siya. Okay? So, ganito siya kinoconnect. Okay? So, 1 and 2, yung voltage source, kinoconnect nyo sa outer points. Yung isa sa ground, okay? At yung isa, okay, so ito yung ground, at yung isa dun sa V input or VCC. Okay? And then, maglalagay kayo ng wire dun sa terminal 3, yan yung output na voltage ninyo. Okay, so V out. Okay? And ngayon, mas maintindihan nyo kung bakit ganyan yung configuration niya kasi nakikita nyo na ganito yung itsura ng potentiometer sa loob pag binuksan ninyo. Okay? So when you set up your circuit, okay? Ito na yung yung total voltage niyo, ito yung output. So kumbaga ito yung magiging parang ano ba? Drawing ko ng ganito. Okay, and then ito yung circuit ninyo, and then ito yung isang resistor, and then isang resistor, and then dyan. And then dito kayo nagtitake ng output, which is in terminal 3. Okay? But the thing is, you can turn the knob, di ba? Pwede nyo i-turn yung knob, okay? And then change yung change yung resistance by simply turning the knob, okay? Without changing yung resistor. Okay? So may mga ratings yan. Okay? Pag tinignan niyo yung likod ng potentiometer. Okay. So dito hindi makikita kasi sa likod niyo siya makikita eh. Doon sa likod, sa ilalim ng potentiometer niyan, makikita niyo kung ano yung rating niya. Ano ibig sabihin sa rating? Ibig sabihin kung 2 kilo ohm siya, ibig sabihin total na resistance niya is 2 kilo ohm. Meron mang 1 kilo ohm, 2 kilo ohm, 5 kilo ohms, 10 kilo ohms, so ganun. So depende yun sa application niyo. Okay? So yun yung total na voltage, and dun yung malalaman or dun kayo magbabase ng pag-design ng circuit niyo. Okay? Now sa schematic, paano natin dinodrawing yung potentiometer? Okay? Ganito siya dinodrawing. Okay, itong circuit na ito, yung schematic diagram. So we use an arrow, okay, across itong symbol for resistor, okay, to indicate na ito ay isang potentiometer. Hindi nyo na kailangang i-drawing yung kulay blue na shade, okay? Sufficient na yung arrow, yung resistor, and then maglagay lang kayo ng arrow, and then alam na natin na yun ay potentiometer. Okay, pero kung gusto niyo i-drawing yung blue na shade din, para lang mas cool tignan, nasa sa inyo na yan. Okay? And yung equivalent na schematic niya ay nandito sa part C. Okay, so yan yung isang pinagagamitan yan yung isang device na tawag dito. Yan ang isang voltage divider na device, yung potentiometer. Okay, so ano mga pinagagamitan yan? Okay, so well, ngayon nasa digital na tayo digital na age na tayo. Pero I'm sure naka-encounter na kayo ng mga lumang uh, electronic devices. Like for example, saan ba tayo makakita nito? Alam mo yung mga volume control, 'di ba? Sa mga radyo or sa mga lumang TV, 'di ba? Yung volume control na yun is actually a potentiometer. Okay? So you increase or decrease yung volume by simply changing yung resistance over which kung saan dumadaan yung current. Okay? So yun yung isa sa mga applications niya. Okay, and then later on nga yung application, yung paggagamitan natin ng voltage divider ay sa mga transistor circuits at saka sa anong tawag dito, sa operational amplifiers. Okay, towards the third part ng course. Okay, any questions? Okay, so one of the things na kailangan niyo i-consider dito, okay, ay yung power through each of the circuit, and yung power na kino-consume, okay, ng bawat circuit elements, and yung total power na pinoprovide nung source. Okay? So we consider natin itong example na ito. Okay, let's say we have this circuit. Oops. So V in R1, R2, R3. R4. So V in is 15 volts. And then R1 is 10 ohms. R2 is 12 ohms. R3 is 56 ohms. And then R4 is 22 ohms. Okay. Ano yung total amount of power in the circuit and then yung power sa bawat isa sa mga circuit elements. So yun yung tanong. Total power and power for each of the circuit elements or each of the resistors. Okay. Naalala niyo ba ang equation for power? Okay, so marami, di ba? I squared R, pwedeng V squared over R, pwede rin current times voltage. Okay, so in this case, if we want to determine yung total na power, we need yung total na resistance. Okay, so anong total na resistance dito? 10 ohms plus 12 ohms plus 56 ohms plus 22 ohms equals 100 ohms. Okay. Okay. To get total power, since alam naman natin yung Vin, okay, alam natin yung Vin at alam na natin yung total resistance, then this is the easiest to use. Okay, ang Vin is 15 volts divided by, squared, divided by 100 ohms. So equal to 15 times 15 is 225 divided by 100, so 2.25. 225, 0.225 watts or 225 milliwatts. Okay. What about yung power through each of the resistors? So marami tayong pwedeng approach. Pwede nating i-determine yung output voltage across each of the resistors. Pwede rin nating i-determine yung total na current. Okay. So we can do that. So ang total na current is nothing but yung input voltage divided by yung total na resistance. Okay, so 15 volts divided by 100 ohms. So this is 0.15 amperes. Okay. So ngayon, knowing yung total na current and yung resistance, okay, ng bawat resistor, ito ngayon yung mas madaling gamitin. Okay. Magagamit natin to kasi yung current, okay, kasi yung resistors ay in series, so yung current through each of the resistor is the same as the total current. Okay, so P1, okay, which is the power across resistor 1, is I squared R, or 0.15 amperes squared times 10 ohms. Okay. So this is equal to, 2.25 watts. Okay, this is equal to 0.225 watts or 225 milliwatts. Okay, P2 is equal to I squared R ay equals 0.15 ampere squared times 12 ohms. So equal ngayon to sa 270 milliwatts. P3 equals I squared R equals 0.15 ampere squared times 56 ohms. And this is equal to 1.26 watts. And then P4 equals I squared R equals 0.15 ampere squared times 22 ohms ay equals 495 milliwatts. Okay. Any questions? Any questions? Okay, sandali. We'll do one more exercise. Okay. And this exercise is actually more practical. Okay, kasi one of the things that, one of the skills that you need to develop ay yung inyong troubleshooting na skills. Okay? Ano ibig sabihin pag sinabing troubleshooting? Well, ginawa niyo na to sa mga laboratory classes sa 102, 'di ba? Sometimes nagfe-fail yung circuit ninyo. And you need to figure out kung bakit siya nagfe-fail. So aling circuit element yung problem or tawag dito, yung source ba yung problem or yung multimeter niyo yung problem. So that kind of skill involves involves troubleshooting. Okay, so yun yung purpose ng exercise na ito. So here we have two circuits. Okay, and A and B. So determine kung ano yung problem sa bawat circuit na ito. Okay. So for A, yeah. Across R1, walang name-measure na voltage. Across R2, wala ring name-measure na voltage. Pero across R4, merong name-measure na voltage. Okay. Now, yung total current is 0 amperes. Okay. Meron ba kayong suggestions kung tawag dito, ano yung problem sa circuit na ito? Would have been easy kung lahat ng voltages, okay, tawag dito ay 0, right? Kasi you just say na pwedeng yung wire yung problema, okay? Or isa sa mga resistors ay broken, meaning open. So parang, kasi di ba ang resistor is still a wire pero meron na siyang resistance. Okay? Pero in this case, yung R4 kasi meron siyang output na na voltage. So it still receives yung signal, okay, from the source. So ano sa tingin niyo yung problem dito? Any suggestions? Mag-resume na ako recording. Actually, nabanggit ko kanina na tawag dito, two things can happen to the resistor. Either it's open or closed. Diba? If it's open, it just seems like it's a switch that's open. Diba? Walang connection. Which means na yung current na dumadaan dun sa circuit mo ay zero. Okay? And sa aling resistor mo siya makikita. Okay? Definitely hindi sa R1 sa R2. Pero sa R4. Okay? Bakit sa R4? Bakit sinabi mo na open yung switch sa R4? Kasi if this is open, so imagine that this is a switch. Ay, sorry. So imagine that itong part nito is a switch. Okay? So open siya. Okay? So paano dadaan yung current dyan? Okay, walang dadaan na current. Of course. Okay, pero dito meron kang negative potential. And dito, meron, obviously, dahil nakakonect siya sa ground, okay, meron ka rin negative potential. Okay, but here, since connected pa rin yan, okay, okay, ibig sabihin, at this point, this is equal to this input voltage. Okay? And it can only happen if, yun nga, tulad ng sinabi ko, connected pa rin sila. If this is working or if this is shorted, yan, at saka yan, if R1 and R2 and R3 are working or shorted. Okay? Now, anong masasabi natin dito sa resistor na R4 na ito? Okay, I mean, hindi natin pwedeng sabihin na ano siya, na open siya na circuit, 'di ba? Or open yung resistor. Ang sasabihin natin diyan is that R4 has high resistance. Compared to R1, R2, R3. Okay. Now, when you make a guess like that, kailangan yung isupport with evidence. Okay, anong evidence ang isusupport niyo dyan? Okay. Of course, pag sa experiment, measure lang kayo. Pero pag in theory, ang gagawin nyo is, you want to take the voltage across R4, let's say, for example. Okay, so ang voltage across R4 is R4 over RT times 12 volts. Okay, using yung voltage divider equation natin. Now, RT is the sum of R1, R2, R3, and R4. Okay, if R4 is very much greater than R1, R2, and R3, then RT will be approximately equal to R4. Kasi sobrang liit, 'di ba, nung mga to kumpara dito. Okay? In that case, V4 becomes approximately equal to R4 over R4 and Vin, and approximately equal ngayon siya sa Vin, which is what we see dito sa nangyayari sa circuit. Okay? Okay, so yung mga nag-guess, you all have good guesses. But of course, you have to support it with this kind of evidence or this kind of reasoning. Okay? Okay. Sige. As an exercise or sabihin natin as practice, okay? Iwan ko sa inyo itong part B. Okay? And tawag dito, figure out nyo kung ano yung problem and then isabit nyo yung solution ninyo, okay, sa isang, well, bigyan ko kayo ng instructions kung saan nyo isasabit yung solution, okay, at saka kung kailan yung deadline. Pero figure out nyo muna yung problem sa part B, okay, and then write your solution and then yung reasoning and then if possible yung mathematical na proof, okay, kung paano siya nangyari, kung ano yung naging problem niya. Okay? Okay, so any questions?